hold on. What was our topic? Well, I have things written down, but I'm like, what was the actual topic?
The
Lessons I
things
learned
you
the hard way.
yeah. So if you guys didn't catch that, that's what we're talking about today with Coach Lindsey. This is perfect. So what's up? I'm really curious as to what this is going to be about. Like, well, we did not talk about this prior to anything. I have nothing. I don't know what's happening. So take it away.
Good. Happy Thursday, friends.
Happy Thursday.
So this topic is just experience based and mistakes that I learned that some were my fault, being stubborn and being resistant to listening to another coach because I am a coach. Some of it's not my fault. Some of it was not enough knowledge. But what I would love to be able to do is to help somebody not waste time, because that does get very fatiguing when you have the same goal, the same goal, the same goal, and you don't make progress, or you make some progress but constantly backtrack. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I get that. I'm definitely very stubborn, and I talk about it all the time in past episodes where I'm just like, I'm just getting more and more over my BS, and I'll get there. That's just how I am, I think.
Well, yeah, and it's maybe it's an Enneagram type. I don't know, but there is always a pushback in anything I'm told, whether I say it or act on it is the only difference. But you could tell me something's in my teeth, and there's a part of me that was going to be like, maybe, like that's just how I am. But when you decide to be coachable,
I
it's a decision that I'm going to be coachable. I don't have to like it. I don't even have to agree with it, but I'm going to do it.
Okay. So what's number one?
Number one, the little things are the big things. So, like when I was a frustrated new mom, and people would say, well, you're not getting enough sleep. Well, like, oh, really? No
You're
shit.
like, thanks
No
for the
Murphy, Eddie
advice.
Murphy.
Yeah, wow.
Not getting enough sleep, not taking enough rest days, paying attention to your macros. What are some other things? Now I'm drawing a blank, of course, but it's these little things, drinking enough water, right? I'm like, yeah, that's probably very good for you, but what does it have to do with me wanting to lose weight? Like, how does that make me lose weight? How does getting enough sleep make me lose weight? And I refuse to incorporate those things, to prioritize those things, and constantly felt, guess what? Stagnated in progress, tired, frustrated, exhausted, and no energy for the length of time needed for my goals. And there are reasons, other than they are good for you, that the little things are necessary for big goals, like sleep. We'll take that into consideration. Um, Different parts of life come in that do disrupt sleep. Having a baby, an illness, just a really anxious time in life that could come from family drama, a job, switching jobs, moving. There's all different kinds of things that happen where either or sometimes both, the quantity and quality of our sleep will be diminished. And prioritizing that and knowing that, yeah, there's something happening where I can't get 8 hours of sleep, and making up for it with a little nap during the day, or something that I have loved and started using when I need to is that NSDR, that non-sleep deep rest protocol.
Oh.
It can be as short as 10 minutes, but it is a way for your brain and body to get some rest, and be able to perform better.
What was your sleep like before? if you remember.
At what point in my life, like that has been like my waistline has been something that has fluctuated pretty consistently since I was 25. So it just goes through phases for me. I'm a I feel good when I am very motivated and I stay motivated pretty easily. But that can also convert into unhealthy habits for me of kind of the I'll sleep when I'm dead. Get up at 4 a.m. to make it happen. I don't care. That kind of deal. Um,
Yeah.
and so that, especially after having a baby and getting up in the night and then still forcing myself out of bed to a 5 a.m. boot camp class.
Oh, no, 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 no.
No, 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 no. That kind of thing backfired. I've gone through phases where I drank a lot of alcohol and consistently, like maybe not a large quantity, maybe a large quantity, but maybe a couple glasses here. That always disrupts your sleep. Any kind of alcohol in your system is going to reduce the quality of your sleep. And just going through, stuff, job changes, life
Yeah.
changes, where you wake up in the middle of the night worried about something, and learning and understanding that you're never going to escape life and you're not always going to be able to sleep 8 hours like a man, but there are different there are different tactics and things you can do to make up for it and to improve it.
Okay, yeah. Sorry that God has favorites, but well, that's for another topic.
God has favorites. They have wieners.
I'm trying not to laugh so loud at the mic. Oh my God. Okay, keep talking.
Number two, you don't need someone to tell you exactly what to eat, to tell you exactly when and how to work out, to follow you around and slap food out of your hand. You don't need that. Many people benefit a lot from having a coach if the coach also addresses lifestyle habits, mindsets, and your overall outlook on your body image.
Why do you think that people are like that? Like, why do you think they want that? To tell me exactly what to eat, tell me exactly what to do. Why do you think? Because I've never really been that way, but I kind of understand it. Like, you tell me so I don't have to do it or think about it.
Because they don't trust themselves. They failed themselves
Oh.
so many times in the past. They don't want the responsibility in their hands anymore because they've proven time and time again that they cannot be trusted to themselves.
Oh, were you like that? Because is this a lesson you learned? Why?
This
What
is
part about it was it hard for you to learn? Like,
being consistent in the gym was a sticking point for me. I felt like I had to have a class or like a person for accountability. I literally became a fitness instructor so that I would work out more. Like a group fitness instructor, that's been over 10 years ago. But like I was like, yeah, if I'm a fitness instructor, like I'm going to show up and I'll just do the class with the class, and just all kinds of things where I felt like I needed something outside of myself to guide me, to direct me, to make sure that I showed up when I was supposed to show up. And then with food, it was always looking for a strict set of rules. Like, eat these things and never eat these things. Right? That's even if you don't like have someone telling you that, people really are drawn to these programs because it takes the responsibility away from them and puts blame on a certain group of foods. Or people love to talk about this and like, dude, I get it that our food is crap, but also there's lots of food that's not crap. Like, and we can harp on the American diet, and they don't even let this in the food in England. So what? Like, it's just something to complain about when we have lots of good choices right in front of our faces. But like, it's more fun to crap about stuff, right?
yeah.
But again, it's like blaming, that's like basically blaming the government. And all just very distracting from what needs to happen. And when you are like, "Oh, am I completely responsible for all of my results?" I can be trusted to make good decisions.
Right. So then how do you get people to trust? How? Okay, no, wait. I want to ask that second. How did you start to trust yourself with that, like that learning curve?
This is okay. So this is on the first time I really trusted myself was when I started working with a coach, because like I got what I thought that I needed of someone to tell me what to do and when to work out, but having to also decide what days I was going to work out and how I was going to fill my macros, not a meal plan, right? But like, this is what, I think that you need. The coaches, basically, when you start, it's just an educated guess on your baseline of required nutrition. It's like, I think you need this much. So it's on you to be adherent and consistent to give back that good information. Because that's what a good coach is a lot of things, but one of them is a data collector.
Mm.
Have to have good input to make good decisions to help the client. So if I've got a client, or if myself, if I would say I was given 2,000 calories and I did 2,800 here, 1,400 here, 900 here, 10,000, like, is that good data? No, it's trash. So having that responsibility on me to help me to be able to give that good feedback, biofeedback, good data, that changed things for me because it gave me parameters, but also still that responsibility that if I don't perform, we're here for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
How many lessons do we have? Like 10, 20? You've been
I
around a
limited
while.
I limited it to 3 for today, but I've just done a lot. I mean, I'm 44 and have been, different degrees of obsessed with fitness since I was 18.
Right.
So the
So
dumb stuff
for
I've done, we could go on and on.
let's do it. We got plenty of time. I'm just kidding. We're not here to make fools of ourselves. Well,
Oh, I did that last podcast. Carry on.
you did not. I tried to tell you. I was like, no, you're not a boomer.
I know I'm not a boomer. I do have boomer tendencies, but that's old news.
Okay. All right. Number 3.
Number 3, pretty much everything tastes better than skinny feels.
This is great.
I remember having like I don't, I think it was like a postcard size thing that was like in my room where I did like had like workout stuff and like home workout stuff, my little pink dumbbells. Okay, we're going way back. And had like this postcard thing like set up on the wall that said, "Nothing tastes better than skinny feels."
Wow. That
It was common. Like you would see it a lot, right? Like as a motivational reminder of you have a goal and you're tempted right now, but in like the premise behind it, I guess you could argue was valid and useful, but
yeah.
absolutely not. Like absolutely that is the wrong way to look at your ideal body. And I learned a lot of things along the way. One is if you have this version of an ideal body and it's ripped and you got it off the internet, or it's someone you follow and that is just the only version of them that you know, it's so highly likely that what you are looking for is a blip in time for them. They were about to go on stage or very close to it, or they did this for the photo shoot. Um, you can look really fit and really good, but the majority of people that you are idolizing as far as like physique wise, when people show me, um, they are at an extreme state
Yeah.
of fitness that is not conducive for lifestyle or health. Like you're not feeling good, and especially just skinny with no attention to muscle mass or calorie intake or being at a healthy level of anything. And I have been skinny. And I'm not talking about even competing. That's lean. That's a lot
Yeah.
of muscle and very little body fat. I've also been really skinny with where I was doing HIIT classes and eating only lean meats and vegetables for like this really long hunk of time. I think it was like, I don't remember. It was forever. But I got like down to a really low weight with no muscle. I've never felt worse in my life.
Oh, like how? Like your sleep? Like everything was horrible?
I'm sure my sleep and everything was trash. At that point, you kind of get to where you're drinking a lot of caffeine and stuff to get through the
Oh.
day. You're real wired and tired. So you feel kind of like a maniac, but exhausted at the same time, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like, I would imagine like a real like day 2.5 on meth vibe. Where you're just real caffeinated, using pre-workouts to get through the day, caring
Oh.
only about the scale. And literally anything tasted better than that felt. Like I would eat a bell pepper before I would go back to that. And the your mood. Oh my God. Like what a monster.
Were you a mom at this point, or was this before children?
I had just Bella.
Okay. So she
Yeah.
didn't, was she young enough to not feel your wrath, or?
Kids can always feel your wrath. And what they do, which is so
True.
contradictory to survival, is kids are big time energy matchers. Like,
Yeah.
so instead of like being like, mom's insane today, I'll stay out of her way. They're like, I am also insane and smaller and will match you yell for yell, scream for scream. Like, you're high strung, same. Like, that's how it goes.
So at this point in your life, like, was your goal to get to that body type and that body weight?
Mm-hmm.
And how did
It
you feel when
was.
you got there? And like, I mean, obviously you felt horrible, but then I hit my goal weight. It's great.
Well, it's just it's a now what? Like I
Oh,
can't go out to eat with my husband. I can't go to a barbecue and enjoy myself because yeah, I could bring my own food and I definitely did that, but I was so food focused and constantly having that running dialogue in my head about remember this, and when you get home you can still have another piece of chicken and broccoli, and how long do you think we're going to have to be here? It was just not being present at all. Like it was getting to that weight was my personality, my thought processes, my whole being was just doing that for an end goal. That's it. And I mean, gross. And
yeah,
that whole perception of getting skinny, because even at your skinniest, and especially when you're in that kind of like loop, that thinking loop, you're always going to be able to pinch somewhere. Do you know what I'm saying? And you get to this point where you're like picking yourself apart and being
yeah,
disappointed when you were going to fail regardless.
right.
Regardless, you were going to fail. And then what happens? Well, you realize this is not only sustainable, it's miserable. Like it's
Yeah,
miserable. Like if I could never eat out again, if I could only eat chicken and vegetables and be happy with it, it still wouldn't work for me because I feel like trash.
well, how long were you in that period for?
That I think I literally just ate chicken and veggies for probably 10 weeks
Oh,
straight.
it
Yeah.
probably felt a lot longer than. I mean, it's.
I don't remember. Like literally, Bella's 13. So I mean, she was a little baby. I don't remember like how
Oh, okay.
I just remember being so let down that that kind of effort and that kind of like push was so sad.
It's so sad. Like when we're recording the video, my lip just keeps going like I just want to go back in time and give you a little hug or a slap in the face. One of them, maybe both.
Oh, just an eye roll. Like you could just be like you'll get over it.
So what snapped you out of it? Were you just like over it? I need a donut right now.
Yeah, I mean, and this is something I try to explain to clients too, is that hunger will win. It will
Mm.
always win. That's your body trying to keep you alive, dummy. Just like if you tried to hold your breath until you died, you're
Yeah,
not going to be able to do it. Your body is going to disrupt your hormones. And of course, now I'm more educated on what was actually happening to my body. Not that I didn't have enough willpower, not that I didn't want it bad enough. It was my body was going to prevent me from continuing on like that some way or another.
that's
And
so
that's your
true.
leptin and ghrelin, your cortisol, all these kinds of things. Like it's just being aware of that and not being like, oh, you just suck. You just don't. You're just not going hard enough. Your mindset isn't right. No, it's your body is going to stop you from killing it.
That's so true that hunger always wins. Because I always think this is super morbid, but you'll appreciate it. If in the event we were like in a group of people and stranded and got so hungry, would you like eat another human just to stay alive?
Were they already dead, or do I got to kill them? Because I believe in God and I'm going to go to heaven.
I don't know.
I mean, if it was already dead, I'll eat it.
Yeah, I would do that, obviously, because it's like,
But
okay,
I'm not going to kill you and eat you. No.
no, but it took a weird left turn, but I had to ask.
That's my answer. Yes, if they already died and I didn't do it.
Oh my gosh. So, I'm sure you get like, let's just stop that conversation. I'm sure for like clients and stuff that you get lots of people who are in that zone, probably.
Yeah, I do. And some hunger is expected and fine. Like it's not, and I think that there are lots and lots of people that panic is an extreme word, but freak out a little bit when they start feeling hungry. Like they're scared to feel hunger. It freaks them out. And hunger, just normal hunger is fine. It's normal. And if you are in a deficit, you should feel a little bit hungry. But it's degrees like everything else. So my favorite hungry for a lifestyle client is I could eat a sandwich, but I shouldn't, so I'm just going to go to bed. That's a good level of hunger. Like I could eat a sandwich, but I'm not going to because it's going to put me, over my macros or over my calories or whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I could eat a sandwich, but I'm not that kind of hungry. Where you notice that you're not full, where you notice that, yeah, your stomach might have went, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good indicator that you're in a calorie deficit. And if you're trying to lose body fat, that's what we want. And you don't want to be, and I say this all the time, I annoy myself with this, but really knowing to come from that from a place of observation and not fear or panic or reactiveness is going to be a game changer in fat loss.
Oh, yeah.
And another thing people, especially if you were overeating pretty continuously, when you're eating correctly, even if you're just eating at maintenance, right? You're not going to feel really, really full. like really full, like that. Oh, I'm gonna need a nap after this one. That kind of full, like you just don't reach that point. And for some people, that is really hard to acclimate to.
Right.
We're feeling stufful.
Oh, yeah. I know there's some people who like don't even know what hunger feels like. And I'm just like, excuse me?
Yeah. And the question is always, is the hunger, are you able to observe it and not react? That's a big part of weight loss. If you panic every time you feel hungry, that is going to hold you back, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. It is like Armageddon outside right now. Can you hear that wind?
Do you remember when that happened to me?
Yeah.
What was it? A master class? Ooh.
Yeah, that killed me when you're like, well, before Jesus comes, we're gonna get fit.
Ah, gonna cross something off that list. Oh my god.
That is so funny. So are there any current this might oops, we got Kitty. Hold on.
Walter. Hello, blue-eyed Walter.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Are there this might be a hard one to answer because no one really knows what they're are there any like current lessons you're currently learning?
Yeah, I'm in
Oh,
improvement season.
okay.
Where I'm not competing at all this year, and there for me are really really good lessons to learn. Um, it's been a slow process, like it all is. Like that's like a duh. Every thorough and correct process is a slow process when it comes to the body. But having to channel that kind of energy that I mentioned, that go, like, let's do this, that into other things. I've been frustrated. I regretted not competing this year more than once. I've told myself that I would love to be shredded while I'm eating like s'mores. Like it's a good lesson for me. Again, like taking you back to lifestyle, because that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm just eating to grow muscle. I'm in a surplus, right? So I'm seeing the scale go up. I'm seeing the room in the butt of my jeans decrease.
Well,
I'm
that's a good area. Like everyone wants that.
Yeah, um, but there's like I don't know. It's just and it's being cool with those things and calming down and realizing that yeah, this is all part of the process. And this is one of the reasons I love competing as a coach. It takes me back and forth through things my clients are going through, and I remember what it's like when your coach is like, actually, you need to eat more. And there's a little voice in your head that's screaming, no more, no mas. I'm all up. Look at my butt. You have pictures of it. And just things like that. And also trusting that we don't have that good perspective on ourselves because we are reacting on perceptions and feelings. And that it is a really good time to be able to have someone that you trust telling you, no, actually, you're just feeling fuller because you literally have more food in your body. Of course, the scale is going to go up a little bit. We've increased carbs. That's going to run more water through your body. How about how you're feeling? How are you sleeping? How's your energy level through the day? And paying attention to other things besides the scale and the size of my rear end. It helps me keep perspective of life and the fulfillment. And like we were talking about, I don't know if you push record yet or not, but like being able to go to a restaurant and being like, you know what I'm having for dinner? A
Oh
piece of
yeah.
grilled grouper or red snapper or whatever that fish was and a bread basket.
A bread basket. Like that's it. Nothing else.
Well, I came there with 40 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, YOLO. You know what I'm saying? We're just doing it.
That I did not start record that, although I should have started recording when we were talking about that because that bread sounds amazing.
So good. Can't wait for you to come back.
Was it like a focaccia style?
I don't know.
You know,
You
with
know,
the little holes in it?
the one with
Italian.
pieces of dried cranberry or blueberry or something. It was, but it wasn't focaccia.
Okay. Well, never mind.
Pretzel, Sister Schubertish, bread with fruit in it.
And it
That's
was
all.
it like buttery or olive oil?
It had whipped butter with garlic in it.
Garlic. Oh man.
Good.
I'm so hungry right now. Like I am. I was like, no, I'll eat after me and Lindsay are done
Talk to
talking.
me
Like,
slow about your bread basket.
tell me more about that. So wait, I do have more questions though. During your current process now, do you still have to continuously tell yourself, trust the process like we tell everyone else?
No, because I've been through the process so many times. If
Oh.
you disappear from the screen and I'm still here, I'm going to lose my mind.
No. I have a strong internet connection, I swear. It just doesn't look like
No, I'm
it
talking
outside.
about if Jesus gets you and leaves me here.
Oh, Jesus won't get me right now. Don't worry, don't worry. I'll come haunt you.
Okay. But no, I've been through this process several times. So that is the one benefit I have is that I know exactly how this works. And I'm constantly reminding myself, you are not scared. You're not really scared. Like you're kind of running on feelings, emotion, but you know exactly like where you are. You're being drama. Like you're not getting too big or whatever that voice is, that old won't die voice is telling you. And you know exactly how the process works to get it off. You've been through it. So why don't you just enjoy it, your bread basket, and quit like taking away some of the fun out of it? Because that's what happens is the process is still going to happen like it happens. But if I'm constantly freaking out about am I getting too big, then that's not fun. That
No.
takes away and that's where balance comes from, right? For me as a competitor, there's no balance in prep. I don't care what anybody says. There's just not a lot of balance in that because it's very much you eat this and you do this.
Right.
Now, this part of my life is where the balance comes in. But if I'm still a head case, then I literally have no balance.
Yeah. Well, that makes
There's a
sense.
time and a place to be crazy, and it's literally very, very small blips of time. And for lifestyle, there is no need. There really isn't.
Yeah, I think that's a hard thing for people to drill into their brains. Like I have friends who like, what's a workout class? I need somebody to, kick my ass. Like,
Yes.
do you like? Why are you punishing yourself? Like, it makes no sense to me. I don't
Because
want to
they
do that.
want, I think that is another thing. Like you want to be punished. You want somebody to be really hard on you because you feel like you deserve it.
That's so horrible. Like, no, you don't deserve that. You deserve nice
Yeah,
workouts.
maybe try coming, from a place of like, actually, I deserve more than this. I want to be really happy and I want to be really confident and I'm a good person. That could work for me,
Yeah.
just being happy. So maybe pick something that makes you happy.
Right. Yeah. I remember when I was first starting out, like I had gotten rid of these were, I guess, not hard lessons, but easy lessons for me, where I got rid of that mindset of, I feel like I need to punish myself, but I also want to push myself, but I also don't know what I like to do. So I tried every workout class in the gym. I was in the water aerobics with the 80-year-old. This is great. And
Yeah,
I liked the water aerobics a lot. That was a lot of fun just because I
it
like
is
water.
fun. And when you push yourself and you're like, actually, I can do this, those like doing little stuff like that also opens your mind to, I could try something else, right? Like I tried something and it went really well. I'm also kind of interested in this. And it just gives you those little tick ups on self confidence. And like, I heard this great thing that hit home with me so much because I would describe myself as a confident person. I'm not constantly second guessing myself or thinking I'm terrible, that I'm a terrible person or that I look terrible. I feel good about my coaching, like I'm educated, experienced. I'm really good at what I do. Like my clients get good results. Like I do great workouts and stuff. But self confidence and self worth are not the same thing. And self confidence is knowing you're good at where you are. And self worth is believing that you deserve it and even more.
Mm.
You deserve a seat at the biggest table, right? Like that you are that good. Like they're different. Like self-confidence is like I'm happy, like I'm okay where I am now. But self-worth is believing that you have everything you need to like be as big as you want, to get as fit as you want, to go into a gym and get right in the middle of the bros with their beats headphones on and take up a bench. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, and some people are like, I don't know why, because I mean, I think I'm confident, but it could be they don't have that self worth.
Oh, you do. That's a great point to bring up. The or pointing out the difference between that, because I think a lot of people are in that little weird middle where it's like I'm confident, but yeah, you feel not insecure, but you don't feel like you should be in this corner where other
Hmm.
people are at using stuff like everyone else is. Like, take up the room.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Take up the room and like you should be there, and there's someone watching you that's like, okay, look at her, I can do it too.
Yeah, and people, speaking of gym confidence, people aren't as concerned about you as you think you are, guys. That's a big
Oh
subject.
no. You know how hard you're thinking about what you're gonna look like getting those dumbbells out? Or if you know how to use this machine exactly correctly, they're thinking about them too.
Yeah. Although, I don't know about you. I know you don't go to a gym, but when I'm at my other gym, and it's usually a pretty busy one, I'm a people watcher, but I'm not like sitting there like judging. I'm
Well,
just
I
like,
go to Planet Fitness when I'm out of
oh,
town, and
right. That's
I've seen
interesting.
I've seen some things.
That's like the Walmart of gyms.
Like I see a lot of like there's like a page it's like Planet Fitness people or something. And I mean, I've seen some stuff. I would never record anybody to make fun of them or like for any reason really. Like I'm not just gonna record somebody behind their back and put it on the internet.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you see people on there, and I think that that is a good thing. Like you go to the gym and people are being completely insane. Literally, there's a lady vaping on the elliptical. I probably shouldn't be worried about how I look on the chest fly machine.
Yeah. Or people sleeping in the corner. Like, there's weird stuff that happens. I've seen it because I used to go to Planet Fitness too.
Yeah,
No way.
interesting. Interesting. That's a good people watching place.
It really is. I just sit there in between sets and like,
Yeah.
or who I judge? I'm judging there's this one guy at my gym. Mm-mm. He needs to leave. Just he gets in everybody's way, uses up all. He's that guy. Uses everything in the area. Won't let anybody touch his dumbbell that he was looking at. That's who I judge.
Oh, I have seen that before. Like people that are you like supersetting three machines.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Don't be a
That's
dick.
rules.
Well, that's a great ending. Well, thanks for saying hi to me today. And I got to talk to you again. It's always such a pleasure. Is Rosalina next to you? I heard her snoring.
Yeah, of course.
Can you show the people?
Can they see me?
Yeah, we're
Oh
recording
no.
the video. Everyone got to see Walter. We got to see the baby. Oh, how is she doing? Did they figure out what's up with her lip?
No, but she's doing great. She's taking her meds.
Oh, look at! I just cannot. Her little like carcass chicken body.
This is the whole thing.
That is so cute. Well, thank you. That was the highlight of my week.
Looks like me. I know.
Anyway, well, thank you. And we will chat at everybody later. Bye.
Bye.